Good morning. It is April. I think it's the 19th. I could be lying, though. Let's check. It's April the 19th at approximately 10:04 Eastern Standard Time, 10:04 a.m. And this data is profoundly important while simultaneously being completely irrelevant. Perception. Use it or lose it. And for some, knowing exactly when this is will be extremely relevant. As usual, of late, I start out thinking I'm doing something, and it turns into something else. I thought I had 3 storylines this morning while I was shuffling. They gave me a 4th one. I've kind of given up naming a video before I started, such as, female, single, cancer. Yeah, that does not seem to be working out for me. They have very clear ideas, and since they're the boss of the cards, I let them have those ideas. Some of these cards I have seen, some I have not. So, it'll be a surprise for both of us. And the same amount of cards did not come out for anything. Okay. Knight of Cups. 4 of Pentacles. And the Page of Swords. Oh dear. I hear gossip. All right, let's start with the Oracle cards for this storyline. Ooh, the Bear, the Guardian. Okay, so the Page of Swords in this instant is in fact a sneaky little fuck. And the Bear is there, the Guardian. Gentle and protective, give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken my intuition and guide me. Oh, have we got the glare off? Maybe. It's a really beautiful card, and it's about not asking someone else to protect you, but to be the accountable one and protect your own from this sneaky little bastard. Okay. Next is, I went to give you a blessing oracle, and 2 jumped out, which is not normal, but in this case, completely appropriate. In keeping with the Bear, we have a blessing on your boundaries and a blessing on a resolution. So there is a confrontation coming for this particular group that is listening. There is a confrontation. It has to do with boundaries, both physical and non-physical. And metaphysical, says somebody. Okay. You need to establish your boundaries. For some, I'm actually seeing a property line, and the fence needs mending. So if your fence wants mending, do so. It will be important. And this is a blessing on a resolution. I would imagine they are suggesting that for most of you that this storyline is relevant. Negotiation can be had. And I'm not sure about all of you, though. We're going to get into that, but let's finish with the Oracle cards. Okay, I do not understand why, but the unicorns and the mermaids evidently have a bone of contention that goes back far, far, far away. They haven't felt the need to enlighten me as to what that contention is, but they are extremely and highly competitive and demand that they both be heard equally and arguing about the same time. All right, the mermaids want to add to this kettle of fish. Manipulation of nature, experiments, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge and arrogance. Oh. I'm going to say that's more that has to do with the bear, and that's why someone said it is physical and metaphysical. Could you get your ass out of there? Laurel says, somebody really needs to see the picture. Okay. That is about fucking with Mother Nature. Not knowing what you're going to get. Everybody knows I'm an old hippie, and GMOs are not my favorite thing. Or anything in that genre. You will never outsmart her. You will never best her. Everything that you do that is counter to Mother Earth, yeah, she's going to counter back. Oh. This unicorn card is past lives. Released your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past. Somebody's talking. I'm sorry. I actually can read better than that. Well, sometimes. Someone is talking. This is very specific. She says, this card does not necessarily go with all of these. This is very specific for someone who is watching this. They are carrying a burden of past life as they see as debt. The debt has been paid. The karma has moved on, and for some reason, the brain, the computer, is hanging on to it. Do a little soul exploration. And this card does double duty for finding a resolution to that unrest over karmic shit that's already done. But this is also relevant for this confrontation and a need to establish your boundaries. Okay, guys. What the hell is going on with that Knight of Cups? Okay, so where'd the little weasel go? Oh, there he is. I think this is rather clear that this is about defending your ground, standing your ground. That 4 is. It can be selfish, but it's also about establishing a firm foundation. And this is news of someone. Okay, for some people, somebody, one at a time. Ooh, fungal. For several people, as ironic as it seems. Okay, do you have to add commentary? Could you just give me the data? For several people, this has to literally do with property lines and encroachment in the very near future, if not happening now, whether or not you're aware of it, because of the panic and the sudden awakening of so many that there is a need to produce their own food. So mark your lines, mark your territory. If it's your property, then designate it as such. Get that purple paint out and paint those trees to mark the boundaries. Doesn't have to be every tree, just every other tree, or in a line so that they can see that this is your property. get your fencings mended, because it will be a very difficult issue once they've encroached and planted and begun to improve. I see in one case, it will be more difficult to get them off, because first of all, it's going to be very difficult to get a hearing in court with what's going on. And if anybody thinks this is going to end anytime soon, yeah, you're just not paying attention. It won't. And okay, we'll address that later, but right now, this is a problem for several of you, and you want to get ahead of the game. You want to make sure that your boundaries are established firmly and clearly. And if you see signs that someone is encroaching on your property or thinking about encroaching on your property, you want to post it there. I'm quite fond of trespassers will be shot. Those that survive will be shot again. But, you'll make up your own sign. Keep your fucking ass off my property is another option. Advance action can prevent a more dramatic battle. The bear, guard your property. The manipulation of nature. What the fuck does this have to do with this? This is for someone very specific. Okay, she said it has to do with that night. Could we have a bit more data on what the fuck the Knight of Cups is doing? He's not always snuggly and sweet and loving and coming with a relationship. Sometimes he's a big fat liar. That has been my personal experience. News from afar. And use your... Well, there's him coming forward, offering something. This is the card of news from afar. This is the seer. She says to use your intuition, follow your intuition, go with your gut. If something looks good on paper, but something ain't fucking right, go with that. This feels like an offer from a bigger company promising to help you through this or borrow your property during this time. It will harm your property in the long run. If you are presented with an offer from big farming or whatever, your answer should be no. Take your offer and get the fuck off my property. It's not what you want. Even if you are someone who uses chemicals and weed killer and all that other shit, this is worse. This is much, much worse. And I promise you, it will not end well for you or your neighbors who don't want to take part in any of that. I will repeat this again, as I have repeated in the last videos, and will continue to repeat. How you proceed at this moment, as you stand in the crossroads at this moment in time. How you act, how you speak, what you say, and in some cases, how you think, will determine your path for the rest of your time in this body. And I warn you, think carefully, think communally, and be humane. Okay, there's talk. What the hell else is going on? So someone's in your ear, and those birds can be gossip, but I'm thinking it's more a line of bullshit somebody's trying to sell you. And you are very tempted. Laurel says, Ted, you're very tempted to take it. Please don't. You will not be happy with the outcome. The money will come from somewhere. You don't want that money. Yeah, they're telling you it will make you a wealthy man. They're full of shit. See that? That is a scythe. And while it's pretty handy when you're taking the wheat in, I don't think it has to do with a wheat crop in this reading. They are offering to make your wishes come true, which is probably being financially more stable, more secure, when in fact what they are is the snake. Okay, can't say it any more clearly. That is not a fucking good deal. You will not like that deal. Underneath the snake is the rats. It will slowly eat away from you. Underneath that is the magnifying glass. Look closely. Read fine print. You will not be happy with that deal. Not just Ted, but the rest of you that are offered this or offered something like this. And I'm focusing on agriculture, but it does not actually have to be specifically about agriculture. I see an apartment building. Not quite. It's built like a brownstone, but the stone is not brown. It's sort of whitish. And for you, this is also a warning. So maybe something about taking over, having to do with taking over payments, relieving debt. That is not a good deal either. Again, it is a toxic situation, and it's not good, okay? There's no other way to say it. It's going to be a fuck of a deal. Look closely at it if you think it is. Okay, put the bear on top of that. You are the guardian. You must do the work. This is your task, and how you proceed with honor and courage and intelligence. Use your intuition. Okay. A lot of sneaky shit going on. I hate that. Fucking hate that, man. Okay. Second storyline. That flipped out of the deck. Followed by the Queen of Wands, the World, and the Seven of Wands. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's see. The animal spirit card is the Penguin. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you have to face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. Imagine that's what that little conflict is about up there. And what have we got? The blessing card is a blessing of the waters. The waters are emotion. The waters are healing. The waters are cleansing. For some 20-something, maybe early 30s, man, the confinement, the need for solitary existence right now has brought his being in the closet to the forefront. Perhaps it's just that he has had time to contemplate his life and the path he's on and the shadows he's living behind, and he chooses now to come forth. This is an emotional situation. The unicorns have given you polarity. It is about the light and the dark. It is about owning both sides of who you are. It is about being both sides of who you are. We all have a light and dark side. Know both, because you cannot successfully function if you don't know and own them both. What I'm hearing is, if you do not own what is perceived as, it isn't actually dark, it is what is perceived as dark because of religious dogma. If you don't own that, you cannot function fully in the light, because there is the constant underlying fear that the dark will be exposed. To be clear, that illusion of that subject being dark is fucking bullshit. Very nicely said, Laurel. I think this person is expecting a tremendous amount of crap, just crap, from people around him, family specifically, about the announcement. Just go for it. Just go for it. The opposite is that you live in fear and you live in sadness. Get out of the closet. Be your authentic self. Reach out to your tribe. Reach out to your family. Reach out to those. Not everyone is going to take it as hard as you think it is. And the blessing of the waters. Let the emotion wash over you and cleanse you. And there will be tears. There will be tears of joy. There will be tears of anger. There will be tears of sadness. And, oh, my bracelets are hooked together. This is, the Four of Wands. It's not always the marriage canopy. It can be establishing a home of joy, a home where there is peace and there is happiness. It isn't the completion of the home. The castle is off in the distance. But it is, again, the fours building a foundation for something. This is a foundation for the home that you want your life to be. Yes, the Seven of Pentacles is there. There are some hoops. Actually, they're not hoops. You don't have to jump through anybody's fucking hoops. But there are opinions that will be counter to your statements. And you will deal with them as you see fit. The Queen of Wands is... What the hell is she doing there? The Fox? She's a clever bitch. No, we don't. I don't have enough data. What is it? I don't know if she's your champion or if she's your nemesis. Let's see. Oh. Come on. Yes or no? Oh. What is the problem here? It's the same storyline for two people. Okay. For some, I don't know what the number is. I'm seeing 2, but I don't know if that's a 12 or a 2. So it's irrelevant. If you know it's for you, it's you. She is a champion. She is, in fact, clever. Her decision is looked at as actual law in the group, in the family. It's like, if Auntie Mame says it's perfectly fine for him to be gay, then everybody needs to shut the fuck up. She is a woman of privilege. She has money. She has position. And if nothing else, she has authority in the family. And with anybody's concerns about, oh, he's doing the wrong thing, oh, it's wrong, it's bad, it's not good, yeah, she will take the whip to them. Now, conversely, for others, I'm saying the number 7, I don't know why. She is the enemy. She's sneaky. She may say one thing to your face or say nothing to your face. I'm seeing her sitting there saying nothing, pretending everything just might be okay, but it's not. And in this instance where I'm seeing this woman, there's actually cutting out of the will, property, part of a business. She is going to use her influence to do that, and she is a woman to be concerned with because she intends to be a cunt. Again, messages. A lot of fucking people talking about this. If someone comes to you and tells you she's going to be a fucking problem, get ahead of the game. And it may not even matter to you if she cuts you out or whatever this is. The bottom line is, this is where your happiness is. You're tired of not being your authentic self. Not being genuine, not saying, this is who I am. I'm a gay man, and this is where I find my joy. So please accept me. And whether they accept you or not, it does not prevent you from being joyful. It does not prevent you from fulfilling your dream. And you will be given data during dream time. So try to pay attention to your dreams. It will tell you how to proceed. There is a beginning of a whole new cycle for you. For some, you'll have to deal with this cow. For others, there will be... I mean, you've got the letter here, that's messages. You've got the owl, that's more messages. You've got the woman, which is a message of concern. So a lot of people are talking. And you really need to... Laurel says ignore the fuck out of them. What's offered is a new beginning, a new start, a new path. I'm not saying that, Laurel. She says an entrance into the garden of earthly delights. She's like, all right, Laurel, that's enough of that. Do we need anything else for this? Yes, no, maybe? No? Good? Okay. Okay, that's storyline 2. Subcategory 3. Put these back in the deck. Somebody says I may need some of these, so taking these out. These 2 storylines are done. And on to storyline. Oh, shit, what time is it? Oh, I've gone too far again. What a surprise. Okay, I'm going to end this one here with storyline 1 and 2. And I will put the next 2 on the next storyline, because I'm trying to keep them to 15 minutes.